this tutorial, I'm going to show you guys how to make this car using an amazing add-on by Dashu1. Okay, so let's say, here's my car model. Well, if you export this into Godot and use the car thing, this is not going to work and the wheels are going to be all messed up. And it's got to be facing this direction here. So I'm going to press A, R, Z, and 90 in my case. And then I'll just save and export. Now, the second thing is to actually download the plugin we're using. Now, you could technically make your entire own car physics system, but that's a lot of work actually. And this creator, if you even look at the files he has, is over 1,000 lines of code. So you could write this and maybe make a better one. And then that we're back, well, this isn't like a normal plugin that you have to enable. This is just like a plugin that gives you the scripts you need and you just attach it yourself. So we don't have to enable anything. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go to your car scene, which here's mine. I'm going to make a new raycast and just going to, on this view, bring it here, move it up. I'm going to go on the Z. And you got to do this for all the other wheels. And I recommend naming them too. Now, once you're done putting in like the raycast for all of them, we're gonna go to the raycast and add a node 3D. And I'm not gonna name mine, but if you want to, you can name yours too. But I'm just not naming mine. Then just put it for all of them. Now we're gonna grab all the wheels. So bottom right wheel will go in bottom right raycast into the node. Not like it has to be like the parent of the node 3D. Now bottom left wheel will also go here. Top right here, and then top left here. Afterwards, we're going to go to the add-on, the GEVP, into the scripts, and we're going to drag and drop the wheel GD to all of the raycasts. Now in here, we're going to assign it to the node 3D. So we're at the bottom right raycast, and we're going to choose the node 3D, and the same thing for all the rest. Okay, now that we're done with our wheels, we can click on the parent of like the root of the scene, which is for me the car, and we're going to click change type into a rigid body. Now, I want to add a collision shape 3D. I'm going to drag it up here. And I'm going to click a new box shape 3D. Now this is going to be the shape, like the shape of your car model, not the tires. So I'm just going to bring this up like this, extended wise like that. And we got this, and I'm going to go up to the Z and make sure it's the entire car. So like that. Afterwards, you want to drag the vehicle.gd into the root, which is the car. We want to select the wheel node, so front to left will be the top left raycast for me, front right will be the top right, rear left will be the bottom left, and rear right will be the bottom right. Now, we have lots of settings we could change around here, and what I recommend to you is to play around with the demos where it came from, so demo.drift. Now, before you run, you're going to get errors saying, like, input has not been set. Because in our input map, it's empty, and it's going to give errors and saying this input's not matched or anything. So if you go back to the GitHub, all the controls, like the controls, it shows you what the names are. So steering left, steering right, throttle, brake, handbrake, and it tells you what it should be or wherever you want to customize it to be. So I'm just going to set this up. Now, it's important you named it exactly on how I named it, otherwise it's going to get errors because it's like really case sensitive on the naming part. And I'm going to do like A for this, D for right. I'm not going to like put inputs for this because I'm not going to be using them for this tutorial, but you can use it if you want. Now that we're done with our input, we can close this and you can play all the demos and see which car would fit the best in your game. And then you can open the car up, go into like the root, and then just like pretty much copy down the settings. Now, these are going to be my settings for my car. I'll just go to stability. This is like mandatory. This Turk curve thing, you have to create it. Otherwise, it's going to give you an error saying like it just didn't find it and it's going to close your game. So you need to have one. Mine is going to be like this. Alright, now we can import our car scene into our world. So we're going to go into world. And in our world scene, I'm going to import a node 3D. And in here, I'll just drag the vehicle controller into it. And now I'm going to import the car scene, which for me was called car.tscn. And I'll go back to like the Node 3D. I'm gonna rename this to vehicle controller and assign it to our car. And I'm gonna also import a camera 3D. And in here, I wanna give it the script, the camera.gd. And I'll just follow the car again. And now this is just gonna be like an automatic camera that's gonna follow your car, which is also an amazing thing. And now if we run it, we can just like move around. Now, in my case, the camera's a bit too close, so I'm just gonna give it like 8 and 5, and also run again. And this is fine, but you see like the tires are a bit inside the ground. The way you could fix it is go back to your car scene and into the car, like the roots. You can go all the way down here into the tires, front axle and rear axle, and just change the tire radius. And I found out that 0.45 would work good for mine. And I'll just save it out. I'm sorry, I forgot to put this, but if you go to your project setting and you go to physics common, change this to 120 frame physics ticks per second, because it could just like mess up and do some really weird stuff. And now if we rerun, you just see the tires don't look like they're inside the ground, and it works really well. And there's also lots of other stuff this add-on does, which I love. And if I go like back to the demo, you can see it has like a GUI for speed, rotation per minute, gear, and a debug UI. But you can play around with all of that by yourself. I don't want this tutorial to be really long. And huge thanks to DashShoe1 for this amazing add-on that he gave out for free. He didn't have to do this; he could just kept it himself, but he decided to give it out all for free. And it's just an amazing add-on, and I love it. Bye.